Hey guys, it's Sam. I'm filling in for another guy who usually does Wednesdays. I was told to talk about discrimination and how I faced it within the trans community. So one of the main things that I faced being trans is going into the military. Even before I knew I was trans, I wanted to join the National Guard. I wanted to have my college paid for, and I wanted to serve my country in some way. And after, a self-discovering me, blah, 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 whatever, even though it was certain points in my life that I knew, I realized, holy crap, this is gonna suck, because obviously the military is not very LGBT friendly. Even in 2016, how far we've come, we still have far to go. And I've talked to multiple guys about this that are trans over Facebook, Instagram, and how they deal with that, or what they do to surpass those laws necessarily. And as far as I know, people that are trans are not allowed to be openly trans in the military. That as far as I know, at least in Pennsylvania, the National Guard, there's absolutely no circumstances where you can be both. So basically going into it, this is not just how I've been discriminated, but thousands and thousands and thousands of other trans people have. And I've talked to them, certain guys, and one of the guys that I talked to, he went into it, obviously he had to be, everybody called him by female pronouns, etc. He came out of it and he started hormones then, and then some of his bunkmates or his buddies know now, and it's a lot better than it was when he went into basic training. And for me, it gives me hope, because obviously each commander you have is going to be different, but I'm not saying I'm going to be an experiment, but I think that it's also a good thing that I go into it, because it shows people that I believe in myself and I believe that I'm a good person, and by going into the military, it'll show people that, hey, we're just as good as you, just because you were born a different gender or sex, sex, not gender, doesn't mean that we're any different, So that's one way that I face discrimination in the military that I'm going to, because I recently, applied. I went to the medical entrancing process sensation or whatever. I did all that. But now, I have to decide, hey, when am I going to do this? And it's from there on, because I realized that it's easier for a lot of people. Like, the military in general is not easy, but going into it as trans, as a black trans man, that is just, it's mind-blowing to me. I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. What I'm saying, that what's mind-blowing is that we have so far yet to come. We have so much more to grow as a country, even as a world. I mean, there are other countries that are much far more advanced when it comes to, the LGBT plus community. Now, another way that I face discrimination is necessarily within the trans community, because I think I've met and I've talked to online a lot of trans guys that kind of are like, oh, well, you're a little too feminine. And not just me, other guys, not just me, but I've talked to my other friends and they're like, oh, well, your friend's too feminine, or, they do this or they do that. That is discrimination in itself. And I don't understand that, because yes, there are certain stereotypes that most trans guys fit into when it comes to a guy, but at the same time, if a guy wants to wear a dress or, play with whatever, you can let him do that. Like, shouldn't affect you, and that shouldn't make him any less of a man. There are so many things that determine what a man is, it seems, but I think the person that should determine that is the person that is the man, So those are the two ways that I've been discriminated upon. It hasn't been extreme. I recently just came out as trans. My family knows. They're not super supportive of it, because they're, heavily religious. My friends are very supportive of it, so I haven't faced too much discrimination, because I also am not out at my workplace, which is, and I don't care at this point. Like, if, my workplace saw this video, that would be fine. Like, it's not like, oh, I don't want to come out. It's just that I haven't really been bothered to not come out, because I'm not even going to have that job for very long. but I haven't faced incredibly harsh things, and that's just me. My journey as a trans man is just beginning, and I know it's gonna get harder because people, once they figure out that you're trans, they're gonna want to push you down. And I'm not just talking about everybody, because that's not the case, but there are definitely people out there that are just gonna be cruel to you, and you have to have a strong mind in order to keep pushing on and keep succeeding no matter what other people say, because at the end of the day, it's all gonna depend on you and how you view yourself. So I hope this video helps some of you guys. I really hope these videos that the other brothers are creating helps you guys. I really enjoyed making this video, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Bye.